So, a very warm good evening to everyone. Hi, my name is Rochak Agarwal, and I am the trainer for this particular session. Basically, I'm a multi-cloud architect. I am having around 15 plus years of total IT experience, and I have started working in a cloud from a very first mover people. I was there in the cloud, and I was working in cloud and DevOps from last 10 to 12 years. So I'm a AWS certified solution architect professional, Google certified professional cloud architect. While on the Azure side, I'm a Microsoft certified solution architect expert, as well as the DevOps engineer expert. While on the Kubernetes side I'm a Kubernetes certified administrator and HashiCorp certified Terraform associate. So I'm going to walk you through regarding this course, what would be the content of this course, what we are covering in this course, and then I'll take whatever the questions or doubt you might be having during our discussions. So first we need to understand what DevOps in cloud is. Okay, so let's say if you're working, we are all are using many e-commerce application nowadays, right? For example, Amazon, Flipkart. Now, see, previously when IT and digitalization was not so much in demand, having a website or an application was an added advantage. But nowadays, business runs on technology, right? Because let's imagine if Amazon application is going down for 1 hour or 10 minutes, we can understand the loss of revenue. Amazon is going to incur, because see, every transaction is going to happen with the help of application or the website. So Amazon or any e-commerce business, any business which is based on the technology, right? They cannot afford to lose their IT application infrastructure. Correct. So, and moreover, if you see, the application is moving so fast. For example, if I open Amazon today, I might see a different offer, but if I see same application tomorrow, I might see a different offer, because there is new offers, new partners coming into the platform. So they need to keep releasing the new versions of the application uh, to keep the ball rolling. And it might happen that in a different city, you might see some other content on your application in comparison to other person in other city. So there is very much dynamism is involved nowadays with the application. So today what we are going to understand these what is the DevOps, what is a cloud, and why they are exploding in demand, and how we can build a career in this space. So by the end of the session, we should have a clarity on whether DevOps and cloud is a right career path for you. Okay. So before we go deeper, so let me cover what we are going to cover today. So the agenda of today's session will be, we will understand what is DevOps, what DevOps actually means in industry and not the textbook definition, what cloud actually means in the real companies, what skills companies are hiring for today, what you will learn in this overall program, what certification matters, okay, what kind of job roles you can expect after completing this course, and what salaries look like in more realistic sense, market demand and the future scope, and very importantly, whether a non-IT person can enter this field or not. And then we will show some capstone project that we are going to cover in this curriculum. And capstone project is like, we have tried to mimic what real time scenarios you are going to work when you are deployed into a DevOps or a cloud project. And then we will discuss why whatever the curriculum that we have designed, why this matters, and what is the relevance of that curriculum. Okay, so then we are going to start with DevOps. But before we start DevOps, any question? Okay.
No.
So we need to understand what is DevOps. Okay. So most people think DevOps is a tool or it's a technology, right? Some people think DevOps means automation. Some things DevOps means only deploying the code. So if we talk about all of these definitions which we discussed, which I told, are incomplete in nature. So DevOps is nothing but a framework or a methodology, is a way of working that helps companies deliver software or application faster, safer, and more reliably. So when we say faster, it means, let's say you are a developer and you have an idea, right? See, until an idea is not getting converted into a working product, your user cannot access it. So how fast you can ship your idea into a working product, that DevOps is all about. And with fast, with the speed, you need to deliver the product more reliable, in a more reliable fashion. So for example, I cannot just ship a faulty product to my end users, right? So DevOps now stands on a few important pillars: collaboration, automation. So we'll discuss that. So earlier, developers write the code and pass it to the operation for the deployment. So in the DevOps, there is a tight collaboration between the development team and the operations team, so that there is no confusion that the developer is saying, is that code is working on my machine, it is not working, and no confusion like that. Then automation, deployment weekend work, manual scripts, late nights. But today, developer pushes the code, pipeline runs, testing happens, deployment happens automatically, right? Then we have a three pillars about CI/CD. That's a term you guys must be hearing on a regular basis. So CI is continuous integration, CD is continuous delivery slash deployment. So companies like Netflix deploy changes thousands of the time safely. This is only possible because of the DevOps pipelines. Okay. Then we have infrastructure as a code. So imagine and a company need 500 server. So earlier, before DevOps, you are going to purchase these servers, then you install your software, configure them. It is easily is going to take 2-3 weeks of time. But today with Terraform scripts, you can do the same task in 30 minutes. Okay. Monitoring example, CPU spikes, system alerts, auto scales, customer never feels downtime. So we can say when we talk about this e-commerce application, right? So you have noticed that sometime there is an Independence Day sale, there is a Republic Day sale. So at that time, these application will be incurring, let's say 5x or 10x of the usual load that they are having on a daily day-to-day basis. So that is only they are able to handle that dynamic load because they have implemented the DevOps practices. Okay. So then any question with this?
No.
Okay. So now how we are going to implement the DevOps? So with the help of something called as a DevOps cycle, DevOps life cycle. Okay. So company don't release the software monthly anymore. Okay. Some releases multiple times per day. So plan, business decides the feature, then code. So plan, code. Once business decides the feature, developer builds the code, then the build happen, application is going to packaged, then the testing will happen, like automated testing. Then the release plan will be approved. Then it goes to the production. Once it goes into the production, we are going to track the performance and improve our next release cycle. So it's a, if you can see, this is this life cycle is infinite. So it is not like once you implemented the DevOps, your work is over. It's a continuous feedback loop, so that if something goes wrong in one iteration of your product, you are constantly getting the feedback, so that next iteration with whatever you are shipping to your end user will be more quality product than your first version. Okay. So for example, if there is a banking app, there is a new payment feature will be getting released. Monitoring detects high failure rate. System will auto roll back. So there can be n number of the feature, which is you are going to enhance your product in a continuous manner. So now imagine or doing all this, but without buying the server. So that is where cloud comes in. Okay. So now what is cloud? Now, let me ask you something. Do we generate our own electricity? The answer is no, right? So we are going to consume the electricity whenever we need it. Now, cloud is exactly that, but for the IT infrastructure. Now, before cloud comes into the picture, okay, previously companies, they are going to purchase the servers and then they are going to install uh, the software, configure it, and more importantly, let's say this take 2-3 weeks of time. That's a one-time activity. But if I take the example of uh, if I take an example of a Republic Day sale or the Independence Day sale, you are having a n number of time and nx time load comparable to your normal days. But so you purchase more server to handle the increased amount of load. But what will happen after that? Your load gets subdued because now it's a normal day, working day. So now your server will be unutilized, correct? But since you purchased it, you cannot do anything about it. So that problem exactly will be mitigated by the cloud. At cloud, you are not going to purchase the IT infrastructure. Instead, you rent them whenever you need it. Okay. And once your requirements are fulfilled, and you do not need them anymore, you return back to your cloud service provider. So now, let's say at a particular day, I need 5 server, but after some time, the load is not so much. You can return back 3 servers or whatever the number is. So it is like a consumption-based model where you are going to rent out the compute power or the IT infrastructure from the cloud service provider. Now there is multiple cloud service provider is available in the market, but these three are the major one, where AWS is still the biggest cloud provider. AWS was the very first public cloud that was available, and it still has the first mover advantage. Then we have Azure, which is very strong in the enterprise companies. And now we have a new entrant, which is Google Cloud, which is very, very strong in the data and AI related workload. Okay. So any question related to cloud? What is cloud? And we are going to cover all three cloud in our curriculum. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. So now we talk about the course content. So see, previously in the slide, if you see, there is multiple tools are available. Like for every life cycle, there would be a tool. And there is every now and then there are yes, Prince, you raised a hand. What's your
Yes,
question,
sir.
Prince?
Actually, I just want to know whether we learn a single content like AWS or Google Cloud or
Mhm.
that Azure for in Windows
We,
also or in Linux.
mhm.
So
We
for that,
learn all three clouds,
we are
Prince.
going to learn all the three.
All the three, yes.
Okay. In which platform? In the Linux or in for the Windows uses?
See, mostly we are going to use Linux, and
Okay.
to be very honest, platform will not matter much because we are going to understand the conceptual thing. Platform is just a medium to achieve that, but
Okay.
we are going to work mostly in Linux because Linux is the one operating system which is going to
Yes.
be used
Yes.
in
Yes,
enterprise
sir.
projects.
Yes, because when we go and go on the enterprise level, then we use the Linux based
Yes,
AWS.
yes. So yes, Linux is only majorly we will be focusing on Linux only.
Okay. And for that, we also get on hand-on practice for the Linux.
Yes, we will get the hands-on practice.
Wow. Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
what we are talking about in this DevOps lifecycle, if you see, there are tools associated with every lifecycle to achieve that. For example, for code, there is Git, Jira, Confluence. For deploy, there is Docker, DCOS. For operate, there is Ansible, Kubernetes, and Chef. So companies don't hire the tool operators, they hire engineers who understand the systems. Okay, the tools are just a medium to achieve that. Okay, now for example, there is Chef. Maybe after 6 months or 1 year, Chef will retire, there is a new tool. So our learning will not be focused on tool. We are going to learn the tool, but our focus is on the concept. Okay. So we will start with the foundation, cloud basics, Linux basics, networking basics, then DevOps tools like Git, CI/CD, containers, infrastructure automation, then cloud architecture across AWS, Azure, and GCP. So if uh, once you go through all the curriculum, you will have a complete package in terms of DevOps plus multi-cloud. So, because most of the companies you see nowadays, they don't rely on a single cloud. They are running their workload spanning across multiple clouds. Okay. So some of the workload would be running on Azure, AWS. It could be any permutation combination basically. So if you are a multi-cloud person, you will be having an added advantage for sure.
So sorry for the interrupt. Are we having Gen A course content? I mean, like Gen A topic in this course?
I'm sorry, can you comment? You're saying generic?
Genetic, I mean, like Gen AI.
Gen AI, no. See, this course is more focused on the DevOps, but we will introduce the Gen AI, where Gen AI is going to help you achieve the DevOps methods effectively. So we are not going to learn Gen AI, but how Gen AI can help you effectively implement the DevOps. That we are going to cover.
So we are touching the topic in Gen AI as
We are
well,
touching
right?
the topic, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Now, if you go to any cloud provider, as I said in the starting, I also hold multiple certificate from different cloud service provider and across different tools, right? So by attending this course, after this you can attempt multiple certification. So certification can help you get an interview, but your skills will help you clear the interview. So certificates actually validate this person has some knowledge. Okay, but in the end, your skills is going to matter. So it's, you can say it's an added badge on your profile. So the number of the certificates, you can have multiple certificate, but certificate is only going to help you if you are complementing them with your real skills. Okay, so you can have after that you can attempt to write Azure DevOps Engineer certification from Microsoft, Azure Expert certificate from Microsoft, or AWS Expert certificate, or the GCP Expert certificate. So in GCP we have two flavors: Associate Cloud Engineer and the Professional Cloud Architect. While in AWS there is two flavors: Solution Architect Associate and Solution Architect Professional. So you can be eligible. So whatever the content comes into these exams, we are going to cover that. So that once you are done with this course, you can go and sit for the exam as well. Now, what type of opportunities are available in the market for the DevOps and cloud engineer? So if I talk about that, so DevOps is not a single role nowadays. It's a career path. Okay. So nowadays you are not going to find a opening which says only the DevOps engineer. Okay. Now there is DevOps engineer, there is a cloud engineer, there is SRE, which is a site reliability engineer. Now there is a cloud solution architect, there is a security engineer, because when you deploy your workload on a public cloud, right? AWS, Azure, GCP, all are public cloud. Security becomes a very key factor, right? So because enterprises, they do not want to compromise on the security. So then in infrastructure engineer. So these are the different flavors of the DevOps and cloud jobs. And we are going to cover everything related to these jobs. So if you will go through this course, you can not only apply for a DevOps engineer, you can go for a site reliability engineer, cloud architect, cloud consultant, DevOps manager, infrastructure engineer. Any one of them will work for you. Okay. Now you see what are the salary trends. So for a DevOps professional entry level, and this is a generic range. I have known entry level people earning 20-25 lakhs. Okay, but that's an average here we are talking about. Entry level, you are going to get easily 5-10 lakhs LPA. Mid level, 10 to 20 LPA. On a senior level, 20 to 60 LPA. While similar range is available for the cloud professional. Now, why are salaries higher? Because when the DevOps fails, your business is going to fail. Because we talked about an e-commerce application. If your application is not working, it's not functioning properly, you are not able to ship your features to your end users, it means in a loss of a revenue, right? So if deployment fails, payment stops, revenue stops, company loses the money. So DevOps engineer, cloud engineer becomes the key pillar of a new age businesses. So that's why the demand is high, and people command handsome money for that. Now, if I talk about the industry adoption of the DevOps in cloud, you cannot name a single Fortune 500 company which is not working on a DevOps and cloud framework. Okay. Every major company you talk about in some or other way, they have adopted the DevOps and cloud. You can see Microsoft, Google, Amazon. So they not only consume the cloud, but they are the cloud service provider also. For example, all the Google products are hosted on Google Cloud. Gmail, YouTube, Google Photos, everything is on Google Cloud. While Office 365 is on Azure, Amazon.com is on AWS, Netflix also is on AWS. So every major company in today's world is relying on DevOps and cloud in very big way. So if your favorite apps are working, DevOps is working behind the scene. If you are consuming Netflix, it is running on AWS. You are using AWS, right? So industry has adopted and the DevOps and cloud in very big way, and this is not going to go away very soon. Now, if I talk about the demand, so demand is not going to decrease in near future. Cloud adoption is accelerating, not slowing. Okay, and with the advent, which we are going to talk about in the next slide, with the advent of the AI, okay, it is going to boost even further. We will discuss that. So cloud adoption is accelerating, not slowing. Bank, insurance, government, everyone is moving to the cloud. So the demand for DevOps, software engineer, DevOps consultant, CI/CD engineer, of course, the nature of the job will change from time to time. So for example, the DevOps technologies you are using in 2014 may not be relevant today. Similarly, whatever you are learning may not be very relevant in 2030 because technology is evolving at a very fast pace. But the concept remains the same. You need to build and ship your application to your end user in a fast and efficient manner. Okay. And if I talk about the future prospect, now many people ask this question that now AI is doing many things, right? So the jobs will go away. See, I think no one can answer that question at this point of time. But what we can anticipate is the nature of the job is going to change. Okay. Probably what task you are doing today, AI will do that. But then you will be getting some other tasks. Okay. So for example, when you are previously down the year, 1 year back, you were writing a shell script. Now ChatGPT or a Claude can write a shell script for you. Right. But then probably you need to develop some MCP configurations for them. Okay. So future is not replacing DevOps. Future is upgrading DevOps. Okay. Now the nature will change. There is a DevSecOps is coming. AI Ops is coming. Then ML Ops is coming. Nowadays, not only you need to deploy your application, you need to deploy the machine learning models also. Okay. So there is the nature of the jobs will keep changing every now and then, but the fundamental remains the same. Okay. So you can see the DevOps market from 2021 to 2029 is still growing at a CAGR of 24.9%. Okay. So DevSecOps is when you integrate security in your DevOps pipeline. AI Ops is when you are managing your AI workload. And the cloud adoption is not going to go away because To run your AI workload, you must be aware that you need GPUs, TPUs, which is very costly. And the companies are not going to be able to procure them. So they need to go to the cloud service provider to procure the IT infrastructure to run the workloads for them. So with AI coming into the picture, cloud adoption is going to explode only. Okay. Now, we get this question multiple times. What about a non-IT person? Can they come to the DevOps or a cloud area? Yes, they can come. So many successful DevOps engineers started from a non-IT background. And why it is true? Because as a starter, you do not need to rely heavily on the coding part. Okay, coding can be an added advantage to your arsenal, but as a starter, it is not mandatory. And the versatility of DevOps is like it is a framework, it is a methodology, it's a conceptual thing, right? So DevOps is equal to logic plus tools plus system thinking and not hardcore coding. Okay. And nowadays, you do not even need to code with the GPTs. They can write the complete code for you. So any question till now? Naeem, Anjani, Nagin, are we good?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Prince.
I want to know just that coding is just that a non-necessary part in learning DevOps. Means
Okay.
there is no requirement for the learning of any coding language. That part is just completely nil.
No.
Just want to know.
As I said, for a starter, it is not necessary to learn the coding.
Okay,
Okay.
for us getting
For a
started on
starter,
this.
for getting started. But if you want to become a very good DevOps engineer, you want to
Okay,
play around the operating system concept, platform
okay,
engineering, do very high level of automation. So then
yes,
either you learn Golang or Python. Okay.
yes, yes, yeah, okay,
You are doing certain housekeeping works on your server. So then you need to know the shell scripting also, right?
okay.
Scripting is not programming, but yeah, you need to write,
Yeah, 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 I understand. Yeah,
right? But that's
okay.
what I said. For a starter, it is not necessary. So if you see here also,
Okay.
the range is 20 to 60
Yes,
L,
for that
right?
I'm asking. Yes, 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 this.
If you go top the ladder, right,
Yes. When
then
we get in
yes,
the segment in the senior level, then we
it is
also
required. But
required.
if someone is coming from a non-IT background, they do not know anything about coding, and they
Yes,
want to start their career in DevOps. So at this point of time, coding is not required for them. Basic understanding of Linux, basic understanding of IT related concept like what is operating system, what is networking, what are different protocol, TCP, UDP, HTTP, HTTPS. With this knowledge, you
actually,
can build your
as
foundation.
right now I am in a desktop support engineer and also getting the networking side, well, just
Mhm.
configuring the VLANs and the trunkings. So that are really going to help me in this DevOps concept.
Absolutely. Yes. See, DevOps is all about, there are, see, it's a complete stack.
We just
Okay.
do the basic configuration in the router and switches and also for the
That's okay.
desktop
That is
support.
also going to help because when you go to cloud,
Okay,
cloud networking, as a cloud engineer, you are going to manage the networking of the cloud.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So then you need to configure the routes between your servers. You need to configure the firewall also, firewall rules also,
okay.
right? So if you have a previous knowledge of networking, that is absolutely going to help.
Okay, so for that we also have to get on the physical visit to the sites or the branches to install the firewall devices, or
No, see,
we will work on the remote side.
see, that is where cloud coming into the picture.
Okay,
Cloud is virtual, right? Uh, for example, you are consuming the electricity in your home, correct?
okay,
You
done,
are not going to the powerhouse to generate it for you and coming back,
done,
right?
okay, done.
You just created a connection to, let's
Yes,
say, some nodal office or some PowerPoint, and
okay,
then you
yes,
are getting the electricity. So it is like cloud is the on-demand delivery of the IT
yes,
infrastructure over a network.
yes, yes,
I will just log into my AWS account or Azure account and I'll tell uh, Microsoft or Azure, I need 5 server, I need 1 firewall. So they will deploy all this thing in their data center. but you are going to access those services over a network, typically
Okay.
over internet.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So you you will not be get a chance to go and visit those physical data centers of these cloud service providers physically.
Okay.
We are going
Does
to
we have the
access.
okay?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. If does we have also have the option to get on the deployment side, or we can go on the just handling the network side in the cloud?
So see, that is where we discuss. There
Do
is a
we have the
different.
options?
Yeah. There are. So if you see, uh, there are different
Yes.
options are there. So if
Yes.
you say infrastructure
Like there
engineer,
is DevOps engineer, there's infra engineer, there are also
correct.
security engineer. Yes.
There's a
There is
security engineer. Security engineer will more deal about the security
managing
part of it.
networks.
Yes. And then infrastructure engineer will deal about the network, firewall, storage, and all of that. So what
Okay.
we are saying, if you go through this curriculum, you can apply, you will be eligible to apply, you will have the required knowledge to apply
Okay.
to go to any of these jobs. You can do the, you can set up the infrastructure, you can manage the infrastructure, then you can deploy your application on that infrastructure. You can do all of that.
Okay. And these all the operations, anyone which we select will be operated by us in Linux based server.
See, mostly most of the project use the Linux-based flavors, not Linux. I would say Linux-based flavor. So it could be Ubuntu, it could be Debian, it could be Linux, it could be RHEL, right?
We
Windows.
get the UI like based on the graphical interface or the just command line interface. Just want to know
No,
that
see, it depends on the type of the project you are working on. That's a very
type of the
generic
project.
question.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a very generic question. So if let's say I will tell you that no, you are going to work in a Linux based environment. 85% companies are using Linux based environment, but still
Yes.
10-15% companies are going to use the Windows based environment. Correct. Now it might happen that you will get land up in a Windows based environment. Then you say no, the trainer was saying that we are going to use the Linux based environment, but here I am using the Windows based environment, right? So
Yes.
it will depend on the project, your organizational requirement. So if you are, let's say, running a .NET based application, then probably you will go for a Windows based environment.
Okay.
Okay.
Means what I get that Linux is also a mandatory part. Not
Linux
that's
is a
what
very mandatory part. Yes.
yeah, but what I yes that I get that Linux is also want to get clear from our side.
Yes. So, and we are going to cover Linux. So where we are saying
Yes.
DevOps tools and cloud fundamental, we will cover the Linux basics.
Yes.
So that should
Okay.
not be an issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, Nagendra.
Sir, I am from non-IT only. Can I able to
Hmm.
learn the DevOps, sir?
Yes, you would be able to learn, and that is our focus also.
But I am a
Uh,
fresher. I don't know any about information about DevOps. But I cannot learn now.
yeah. So that's where we are saying you fundamental. That's where we are saying we are going to start with fundamentals. That's the whole concept behind it.
It is started from basic only. Okay.
Basics only, basics of Linux, basic of operating system, basics of networking, and then
Okay.
eventually we will go to tools. So I will not on the very first day I'll say learn Git. No, first we'll understand what is Linux, how what we are going to do in our daily to day life in Linux, and then once we have that fundamental understanding, then we are going to move to tools or and cloud according to the schedule which will be provided to you.
And yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Raji.
Yes. What will be the duration of this course?
That Kumar will be able to tell you better in the second half of the this session.
Oh, and do we will be getting this certification after this course? And what
Yes.
certifications will be getting?
So certification you will get after completing this course from maybe from PaperLive. Okay, that you have attended this training. But if you want to become, let's say, this Azure Expert Certification from AWS or Azure Expert Certificate, AWS Expert Certificate from Amazon or Azure Expert Certificate from Microsoft, then you need to sit for a separate exam.
Okay.
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 We can see these are the credentials coming directly from the cloud service provider. We can only provide you the training certificate that you have attended and completed this training, this whatever the duration of this program, name of the program, and the duration of the program, and the completion status with our company letterhead.
And about the certifications here, will you be preparing us for these certifications, or do we need to prepare by ourselves?
Yeah, see, that is what we have said. Our curriculum is designed in a way that whatever is going to be asked in this certification is already covered. And once our curriculum is over, we will provide you the supporting material which will help you achieve this certification.
Okay.
Okay. So there is these are the capstone project also we are going to cover as part of our curriculum. So you can see dynamic block site, deploying web application on Azure, e-commerce application on GCP. Now the purpose of using the capstone project is to mimic the real life environment in which you are going to work once you are landing a job in DevOps and cloud area. So we will try to we have tried to mimic the most common use cases, and we are going to complete them as a capstone project. So you will not only learn the theoretical knowledge, you will learn the practical knowledge as well. And see, what happens is in cloud there are multiple services. Okay, so learning these projects, completing these projects will help you understand how these services are going to work together as a single unit. So that's where we are going to cover these capstone projects like deployment using AWS Lambda services, automate backup and recovery, and others also. So the purpose of this capstone project is to make you ready for your real life projects. And then why this curriculum? Whatever we are going to cover. Okay, so you will get the complete mentorship and interview support also. Our curriculum is very comprehensive. Like we are not leaving any topic behind, and it gives you a 360-degree view of the DevOps and cloud area. And very important point I would like to highlight is the curriculum is up to date and very relevant. Okay, so I know the companies, the edtech companies, which are still using the curriculum prepared in 2021. Okay, from 2021, many things have changed in DevOps and cloud. Okay, so the curriculum or the content which is being used in this training is always relevant. Okay, so if something is getting changed, something is getting updated, we are going to modify our curriculum accordingly. And there will be assessment and the feedback. And it is not a one-way feedback. We believe in two-way feedback. Okay, so you are going to get a feedback and hands-on learning. So our curriculum designed to give you a 360-degree view, not only from a conceptual knowledge, but from a hands-on perspective as well. And once you cover this curriculum, you will be able to place yourself for the interviews as well as appearing for the certifications as well. Okay. So with that, my presentation deck is over. I can take up the questions if you have any.
Hello.
Yes, Prince.
Sir, that's good that you have told us, given us the briefings for the path to learn this DevOps and to get on the clear side. But actually, just want to know the exact step by step path to get in the field of the DevOps, because there are, as you told us, many sectors and many other options that we have can do this or we can do this. But want to know the clear exact that as we are freshers, as
Mhm.
I told you, I am I'm in a IT jobs that in my networking side. Is my experience get countable or not countable?
Okay.
If
How
I
much experience do you have?
In desktop support, I have 2
Total
years
total
and
experience.
total 3 years, sir.
3 years. Okay. See, this course is a step-by-step guide only. Okay, to learn
Okay.
the DevOps and cloud. So it's a
To learn
step-by-step
DevOps and
program.
cloud. Okay.
Okay, it's a step-by-step program only. And
Okay.
what we will do after this course, we can also help regarding your resume preparation and uh, interview preparation also. So mentorship and the interview program, that's one thing. So what we can do is we can prepare your resume in such a way that we will show all your experience as a DevOps experience. And then you see we are doing a capstone project where we are going to prepare you to achieve the interview success, where you will say you are working in a DevOps area from last 2 years or 1 years, because that's the
Okay.
whole purpose of these capstone projects, to give you the real life scenarios, so that you can defend your experience, what you're going to put up in the resume.
Okay.
Okay.
My desktop experience also countable
Yes, absolutely. Because see,
because it is not as I also manage my networks, my company's network, but as moving forward in the cloud sector, don't exactly know that it is remarkable or countable in that.
no, that's okay. See, you learn the basic concepts there about networking. We just need
Okay.
to tweak your experience in a way that it resembles or it is
Because
relevant for a DevOps opening, and
actually,
that
what
is
the reason? Sorry for that, sir. Actually, sorry for interrupting you.
yeah,
Actually,
sure.
what I have just listened um, by 2 3 my colleagues or my, because we are also not we are just like a Gen Zs or you know that. So what
Mhm.
I just listen from 2 3 my experienced colleagues, that if we don't have any cloud experience in our resume by any means, if we do not are we are not from cloud experience sector, then we cannot get into the cloud field,
So,
because
but
in
Prince,
interviews we get
yes,
rejected because
yes,
they find that you
exactly.
don't from
Correct,
this
correct.
field.
Now I got your point. Now listen to
Yeah.
me. See, that is where this program is. Okay. Now I
Okay.
know that you do not have a cloud experience, but that's why
Yes.
you are here, to learn
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. The same question.
Correct.
That what I want to ask you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Correct. So I'm explaining you that.
Because I have
See, I
listened so
know.
many that you cannot get into the cloud because we don't have the such
No.
type
So
of experience
yes.
and this and
I'll
all.
tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell
Then
you.
how can you search? Yes, sir. Now you can.
Yeah. Listen now. So I know as a trainer, as your trainer, that you do not have experience in cloud. Okay.
Yes.
You do not have experience in DevOps and cloud. That is why you are here, to learn it. Agree?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And
Done.
our
Done.
program is a step-by-step guide. Okay. And that once you complete this program, after completing this program, one thing will be sure, that you have the knowledge. Correct?
Yes. That's
Okay.
correct.
But now you do not have the experience. Okay.
Don't
You
have the
have the
experience.
knowledge now, but you do not have the experience. So
Yes.
then we will prepare your resume in such a way that it
Yes.
is going to reflect the experience. Okay.
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 And then we are going to cover these capstone project. So when you go to an interview, you will talk about these projects, not your desktop support projects.
Okay. We will go through this type of projects and get on practice so that we can prepare for the interview questions.
Yes. See,
So,
if you go with a desktop support profile for a DevOps job, absolutely you are not going to get shortlisted. Why will someone give you a job if you are a desktop support engineer to a cloud person? Correct. Because see, resume is a first shortlisting point. If I see your resume and I don't see the relevant experience or the relevant skills, I'm going to reject that resume, because I do not know you as a person. Correct. So your
yes.
resume is a medium by which I'm talking to you. So your resume, we are going to make it in such a way that it is going to reflect your knowledge, because you already learned it now.
Yes, sir.
So then your resume will get shortlisted, and since you have completed this program, you have the knowledge to go and prepare for the interview, go present yourself in an interview. So that's the whole purpose of this program. If you already know DevOps, if you already have the experience of DevOps, why would you come to this program?
Yes, that's also
Right?
correct.
Yeah. So that's the whole purpose of this program, to make you job ready in the DevOps and cloud field.
So after
Okay.
completing this course, we'll be getting trained for the interviews, and our CVs also will be reviewed by.
Yes. Yes. So there's a mentorship and interview program as well.
Okay.
Okay. So the more details about the program will be shared by the Kumar, but yes, that would be available to you. About
Exactly.
the
As just okay, yeah.
placement support and all of those details will be shared by Kumar.
Okay, sir. As
Okay. Yeah, but to Prince, to answer your question, exactly what problem you are having for this, to address that, this, that's the exact purpose of this curriculum, of this course,
that point I get, sir. That point I get.
right?
Um, okay. So
Yeah.
as we are getting through this preparation, so then we get inside that from that mid level, or we get inside that from
Correct.
entry level.
Yes, entry to mid level. Our aim is to place. After that, you should be able to place yourself in an entry to mid level DevOps job. And once you will land, then you will get the real time experience also, and then can aim for the higher level jobs also.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay.
then we are going to learn also Git, and we also going to learn the Linux part. Then
Yes. So Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, we are going to learn. I'm
And
just
all
these
naming a
these
few.
all
are
topics we are going to cover, sir.
Yes. No, that
Means
I
we
need to see the schedule and other things. Kumar will communicate to you.
okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. Oh,